Welcome to the Morristown Unitarian Fellowship, our multi-generational, spiritually alive, radically inclusive, and justice-centered community. Let us open by affirming, it is good to be. It is good to be here. It is so good to be here together. This seems especially important during the pandemic, when we are deeply aware of the precious gift of life and of community, even as we are physically apart from one another. We have a couple of announcements to share with you. First, today's offering will be split 50-50 between our fellowship and the Ministry for Black Lives of Unitarian Universalists, which expands the power and capacity of Black UUs within our faith. You can find out more at www.blacklivesuu.org. You can give to the offering via our website, text to give, or you can mail in a check, whichever you prefer. Second, our Caring Hub is expanding our offerings. We now have 3 lay leaders who have taken the spiritual care training through the UUA and are meeting monthly with Charles Laughlin, our ministerial intern, and me. Diane Marks, Judy Romano, and Lori McGeorge are available to serve as spiritual companions if you are going through a transition at this time. If you would like to receive this training and join this team, reach out to care@muuf.org to let us know. Lori will be sharing the light of her chalice with us this morning and one of the readings we use when we gather. Welcome, Lori. Welcome all.
Good morning, everyone. We're going to light our chalice this morning, and we invite you to do the same along with us. Our chalice reading. We light this chalice as a symbol of our purpose, to bring more love and a caring spirit. We join our hearts and minds to the one great flame of bright compassion. May we light the path to bring smiles, to listen actively, and to affirm the words of others.
There is a balm in Gilead to make the wounded whole. There is a balm in Gilead to heal the sin-sick soul. Sometimes I feel discouraged and think my work's in vain, but then the Holy Spirit revives my soul again. There is a balm in Gilead to make the wounded whole. There is a balm in Gilead to heal the sin-sick soul. If you cannot preach like Peter, if you cannot pray like Paul, you can tell the love of Jesus and say he died for all. There is a balm to make the wounded whole. There is a balm in Gilead to heal the sin-sick soul.
Hi. Today we are going to read I Didn't Get to Say Goodbye. I'm a child, and someone I love died from the coronavirus. I hear my parents call it COVID-19 too. They tell me it's a virus full of bad germs that can make people sick. They tell me that some people like my granddad get so sick that they die. I've had pets who died, and I've seen people die on TV shows. People and pets die when they are old, or if their bodies get badly hurt or have a bad disease. When they die, their lungs stop breathing and their heart stops beating. My parents tell me that the most special part of the person, sometimes called the personality or spirit or soul, leaves their body and goes to another place. In our family, we call that special place heaven, but my friends have lots of other names for it too. I really like to visit special places, especially playgrounds and beaches and parks. We go there in our car, but my parents tell me that heaven isn't a place we can visit. Sometimes I like to imagine myself flying on a magic dragon all the way to heaven, saying goodbye, and to say I love you, and to give Granddad one more hug. I wish I had a magic dragon. I wish I could visit him in heaven. I really miss my granddad. I know it's not my fault that he died, but I really wish I could have fixed his body so that he didn't die. I wish I could have gotten rid of those bat germs with some of my magic tricks. I'm really good at magic tricks. My parents tell me that even though I'm really good at magic tricks, I can't make Granddad come back, and I can't make coronavirus go away. But I can do something really special, and so can you. We can do remembering. It's a special way to keep people we love close to our hearts when they die. When I do my remembering, I hold my favorite teddy bear, the one that Granddad gave me on my 3rd birthday. I think about how Granddad smelled, and how he looked, and how he laughed, and how I felt so happy when I was with him. I like to hold my teddy bear close to my heart, and sometimes I like to talk to it too. My parents like to draw pictures of special times they shared with Granddad. That's how they do their remembering. You can do remembering too. You can grab an item that you may have gotten from some person that you want to remember, hold it close to your heart like in the story, and remember. I miss my granddad. My heart feels so sad. I feel lots of other feelings too, like mad, confused, worried, tired, sick to my tummy, and scared. I feel happy too when I remember that I can still say goodbye and keep Granddad close to my heart in my own special way. And that's the end.
Psalm 13 from the Jewish Scriptures, a psalm of David. How long, O Lord, will you ignore me forever? How long will you hide your face from me? How long will I have cares on my mind, grief in my heart all day? How long will my enemy have the upper hand? Look at me, answer me, O Lord my God. Restore the luster to my eyes, lest I sleep the sleep of death, lest my enemy say, I have overcome him. My foes exult when I totter. But I trust in your faithfulness. My heart will exult in your deliverance. I will sing to the Lord, for he has been good to me.
I've heard the crickets. I can lie down now with no idea of what tomorrow will allow. I've felt the fog. I can rest in its sweet light. I can rest within its sweet dark light. Hold tight, lie down, slow down. I've heard the crickets. I can lie down now. The entire night is open and disavowed. I felt the fog. Things look different in the morning light. And when the morning comes, I'll be fine. Hold tight, lie down, slow down. I felt the fog. I will rest within its sweet dark light. And when the morning comes, I'll be fine. So hold tight, lie down, slow down.
There are no words that can encapsulate the depths of anguish rippling around our world as we reach incomprehensible numbers of people who have died from coronavirus. Over 2.2 million are now among the dearly departed. In our country alone, about 440,000 are gone. And in our state, the number of our dead have surpassed 21,000. To put that in historical context, on a daily basis, we are losing more people than we lost on 9/11, and the totals surpass that of any world war. Yes, we have the hope of the vaccine and gratitude for the millions who have recovered and are recovering. But let us not skip over grief. No, not here, not in this our hallowed space of gathering, which has been consecrated by our individual and collective tears countless times. Here is one place where we do the work of making sense of the senseless, naming suffering, and proclaiming injustice. Here, we make room for anguish and anger, for pain and the prophetic longing for things to be different. Even though our words may fail and we may falter in our attempts to hold all that has been lost, here is a place where mourners are invited to bring their whole selves without having to hold back or hide a range of their feelings. That's a gift we offer, even though we do it imperfectly. Over my time here as a minister, I can't tell you how many times people will apologize for crying in the pulpit at a memorial service, or when they're sitting in a seat during a Sunday service, or on the couch in my office, or on their couch over Zoom. I always say this: here is a place that your tears are welcome. You don't have to pretend. How you are, as well as who you are, is welcome here. In pastoral appointments with ministers, in visits with lay associates, and in community circles or covenant circles, we open our hearts through a practice of compassionate listening to the stories of our lives, including episodes of loss or trauma. Our role on the path of healing is not to rush to fix each other, but to offer the power of presence and to bear witness. This can be a critical step on the road to healing, even as it is hardly the only one. The value of a sanctuary for our grief and spiritual companioning in our grief is immense. And there are far too few places where these can be found. So then we learn to stuff and to hide and to put away our emotions. But eventually our emotional drawers can become so overfull that they spill out everywhere. We must be able to dwell with our grief and to name what we have lost in order to truly let it go. We must be able to feel the measure of our sorrow, to be able to also claim the measure of our joy and gratitude. A pandemic is defined in part by its tentacle reach. All of us are directly affected by being close to someone who is gone or in some way close to someone else who is close. Included among the dead are some of our beloveds from this community, as well as some of your family, friends, co-workers, and neighbors. The pandemic is global, it is communal, and oh, so personal. And this may also be a time when some of you are feeling grief around your own mortality, especially as we move through this month, which has seen the highest rates of positive diagnoses in Morris County to date. To those of you watching who are positive and feeling well or feeling poorly, to those of you who have recovered, to those who have not, and to those who have to take risks for work or for other reasons and are not yet vaccinated, again, let me say, your full range of feelings are welcome here. Your sadness, your tears, your fear, your hope, your anger, your gratitude, all of it. Yes, this time will pass. Yes, we will achieve herd immunity, but we aren't there yet. We're not close even. We are in the thick of it, and we can face this hardship together. In turning towards what is wrong, we will also gain clarity and insight about what needs to be changed, maybe even what needed to be changed before the pandemic. We can see during this time that coronavirus isn't impacting all communities equally. Race and wealth contribute to who is more likely to survive for so many reasons, including inequities in our healthcare system and who finds themselves on the front lines of risk. We add these to our lament and do not hide the truth. Our sorrow is deepened because the sin of racism is compounding the loss of life. If we cannot say that, lament that, cry that out, then how could we hope to reckon with it or repair what is broken? Words inevitably fall short of incomprehensible numbers of beloveds gone, and yet they are amongst the most powerful tools that humans possess. Words have the power to harm and the power to heal. Just think about those healing words of the first youth poet laureate at the inauguration. Amanda Gorman named both what we need to reckon with, and she cast a hopeful vision of what we could become. There is a poetic tradition of lamentation in the Hebrew Bible that incorporates these impulses, and our Unitarian and Universalist forebears would have turned towards these passages in times like these. You'll find these narrative poems in the book of Psalms, or you could look at the book of Lamentations. They were part of the oral tradition and expressed deep personal and communal grief and sorrow. Just listen to the first words of Psalm 22. My God, why have you forsaken me? Why are you so far from helping me, from the words of my groaning? Oh my God, I cry by day, but you do not answer. And by night, but find no rest. Or the first words of the book of Lamentations. How lonely sits the city that once was full of people. How like a widow she has become, she that was great among the nations. We hear the raw emotions, the plaintive groans of pain, of isolation, of feeling abandoned, and of wondering, will this trial ever end? The words reverberate along the ages, including through pandemics and plagues. The Psalms have a particular formula and shape that might offer us a spiritual tool to hone in this time. You can read the Psalms, or you can pray, meditate on, or even write your own. There are three main movements to the Psalm. The first is the cry, the naming of pain, the very direct complaint, usually to God, or whatever is your source of love or truth, or what is ultimate. Then comes the plea, the ask for help. And last comes an expression of hope, trust, and praise. So 3 movements: a cry of complaint, a plea for help, and an expression of hope and a vision of a different future. I offer you a lamentation that I wrote for this moment. How long will our grandparents be taken from us without a chance to say goodbye? How long will we remain isolated, separated, and untouched? How long will we need to resist factions who won't wear masks? How long until healthcare does no harm to our Black siblings and cousins? God, Goddess, love, conscience, reason, awake, arise, and bring us answers. Guide us in how to heal in body and spirit, how to reckon, reconcile, and repair. I trust that you will be revealed in us and among us and through us, in actions that lead to more abundant life. The day will come when crowds can gather and we can sing and dance and move in harmony. Now it's your turn to share. It could be a psalm, a song, a painting, or a courageous conversation. Throughout this time, may our naming of harm, destruction, and endings lead ultimately to healing, creation, and beginnings. May it be so.
A cleansing rage wipes away my fear. A cleansing rage uproots all hesitation. A cleansing rage burns deep in my soul. May this rage make us one, make us whole. A sacred rage calls out falsehood and greed. A sacred rage fuels the fires of justice. A sacred rage burns deep in my soul. May this rage make us one, make us whole. A tearful rage lets its truth be known. A tearful rage believes what is spoken. A tearful rage burns deep in my soul. May these tears make us one, make us whole. A loving rage restores our hope. A loving rage strengthens bonds of resilience. A loving rage burns deep in my soul. May this love make us one, make us whole. May this love make us one, make us whole. May this love make us one, make us whole.
Our closing words are by the Reverend Wayne Arneson. Take courage, friends. The way is often hard, the path is never clear, and the stakes are very high. Take courage, for deep down, there is another truth. You are not alone.
We will now extinguish our chalice.